So, eto na guys. Finally, nandito na sa ating studio yung pinaka-inaantay ko na smartphone this first quarter of 2021. Ito na ang ating Xiaomi Mi 11. Hey guys, it's your Tiger Mary and welcome back to my channel. So oo guys, I really tried my best para makuha yung Xiaomi Mi 11 this January. Actually, medyo mahal pa nga yung presyo niya kasi nga syempre sa reseller ko siya kinuha sa Facebook. It is what it is since gusto ko rin naman siyang ma-review para sa inyo. At sana rin guys, mapabilis na rin yung paglabas ng kanyang global version. Inaantay ko na rin yun and itatry ko rin na i-review yun para sa inyo. Para lang din alam nyo yung pinagkaiba kung meron man. So yep, yung meron ako guys, this is the China ROM version. So mapapansin nyo, dalawa yung box natin sa harapan. Kasi yung pinagbilan ko, binigyan nila ako ng libreng power brick na merong USB Type-C charging cable. Bakit? Sa mga hindi nakakaalam guys, Xiaomi, I think they followed Apple's footstep sa pagtanggal ng mga accessories inside the box. Pinapadali nila ang buhay naming mga tech reviewers. For reference, ayan siya guys. At ayan, diba? Manipis lang. At kung gusto nyong makita kung ano yung difference ng thickness sa box, ito yung box ng 12 Pro Max. Pinagtabi ko sila, mas manipis ng konti yung sa iPhone at mas maliit. Let me tell you first guys, yung nakalagay na text sa box. Meron siyang 108 megapixels AI super camera, Super AMOLED display na merong HDR10+. And lastly, it is sound by Harman Kardon. The variant that I have guys, ito yung 12 GB RAM na merong 256 GB of internal storage. Opening the box, meron pa siyang smaller box na ganito. At inside, meron tayong SIM tool. Ito guys, yung ating SIM ejector tool or yung ating panundot. At meron din siyang, of course, some paperworks na Chinese ang text. At meron din tayong jelly case. Ayan, may libreng case. At syempre, sa ilalim noon guys, ito na yung ating Mi 11. Wala nang iba. That's basically it guys. Wala tayong charging cable. Yung iPhone may charging cable pero yung Mi 11 as in wala guys. As in phone, case at paperworks lang talaga. At yung panundot. Yes, all purple ang ilaw natin. Bakit? Dahil nga yung nakuha kong smartphone, ito yung vegan leather na color purple. Napakaganda nito guys. Promise. May in-love kayo sa kulay and sa texture and syempre, pati sa pakiramdam. So, ito naman, ito yung, again, libre nung online shop na binalan ko sa Facebook. I think, guys, kapag nag-pre-order kayo sa China, may kasama naman talagang ganito. So, huwag kayong mag-alala in case lang na bibili nga kayo sa mga, sabihin na lang natin sa gray market. Pero ito lang ang advice ko as much as possible, guys. Antayin natin yung official release ng Xiaomi Philippines kung meron man. So, sa loob nun, meron tayong 55-watt power brick. Hindi siya ganun kalaki for a 55-watt power brick. Pero guys, mabigat siya. Yes. As in, mabigat. Ito yata yung pinakamabigat na power brick na nahawakan ko so far. Aside from that, meron din tayong USB Type-C na charging cable inside. Okay, ligpitan na natin yung ating table. Yan, okay, malinis na yung table natin. So, tanggalin na natin yung plastic. Uulitin ko guys, unboxing at first impressions pa lang itong video na ginagawa ko. Gagawa ako ng separate video para naman ma-ROI natin yung device dahil napakamahal niya. Pero ito naman lagi yung ginagawa ko guys, unboxing tapos may separate review. Ayan. Diba guys, napakaganda ng vegan leather ng Mi 11. And purple pa yung nakuha ko. Talaga namang sinuswerte ka dahil ito yung natira na smartphone doon sa pinagbilan ko. As you can see, kakaiba yung camera setup niya. It's very different. And it's good to see a different kind of camera setup this year, 2021. It's very refreshing and hindi siya nakakasawa. Okay, let me set up first the device guys. Tapos babalikan ko kayo para sa first impressions ko. So, I am back guys, na-setup ko na yung Mi 11. Actually guys, since China ROM nga siya, nag-download pa ako ng Play Store sa kanya pero hindi naman ako nahirapan unlike sa Mi 10 Ultra na in-unbox ko before. I'm currently downloading some applications as well at inuna ko guys yung Antutu benchmark para naman bago ko siya lagyan ng mga games and certain applications, maran ko na siya agad. Minsan kasi may difference yung score. Design-wise, for my first impressions, ito agad yung napansin ko. Para siyang Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra with a Snapdragon 888 inside. Bakit? Kasi guys, ang Xiaomi medyo marami-raming features ang kinary over dito sa device na to from the Mi 10 Ultra. Mamaya malalaman nyo yan. And also, sa mga hindi rin nakakaalam, ang 888 sa Chinese, medyo big deal yan sa kanila. And for them, it's a lucky set of numbers. Yes, we have a triple camera setup for this year's 2021 smartphone. And meron lang din siyang Xiaomi branding dito sa lower left. At ang medyo hindi ko gets, meron siyang bilog guys na parang metal sa ilalim ng Xiaomi branding. Hindi rin siya napipindot, hindi ko mawari kung anong purpose niya. Pero kung alam nyo guys, let me know in the comment section below. Sa ibabaw, meron siyang IR blaster, microphone, and speaker na again, sound by Harman Kardon, kung hindi kayo familiar sa kanya. It's a premium audio brand. Kapag review na rin ako ng mga speaker na by Harman Kardon, I have to say na napakaganda ng sound quality na binibigay niya. On the right side, nandito yung kanyang volume rocker and a power button. And on the left part, guys, wala po except meron lang siyang isang antenna band. And below, we have the SIM tray, USB Type-C port, another microphone, and of course, speaker grill. Buksan natin, guys, yung SIM tray. Tignan natin if it is expandable via micro SD card. Well, as expected, this year 2021, hindi po siya expandable via micro SD card. But if you will be buying the 256GB variant, I think that's enough. As I said kanina, yung ibang features ng Mi 10 Ultra nilagay nila dito at isa na nga dito yung kanyang display. I have to say guys, this smartphone, itong Mi 11, napakaganda talaga ng display. At again, first impressions ko pa lang to pero na-captivate niya na agad yung mata ko. Imagine having this kind of display guys for something half the price of my daily flagship phone. Meron siyang 1440 by 3200 OLED display with 120Hz screen refresh rate and medyo curved yung sides niya. But not to the point guys na sobrang extreme kasi yung gilid lang naman, left and right, pero yung ibabaw at ilalim, very subtle lang. And maganda yan guys kasi it's add an illusion na parang numinipes or talagang bezel-less yung display niya. Kung gusto niya ng size comparison for the display of the Mi 11 dito sa Mi 10T Pro. Here they are side by side. Again, this is the Mi 11. Ito naman yung Mi 10T Pro. Actually guys, hindi sila nagkakalayo. Medyo mas slim nga lang itong Mi 11. Mas magaang din. Mas sakto din sa kamay ko. I think this is the right size para sa maliit kong kamay. Plus, hindi rin siya ganun kadulas guys, unlike the Mi 10T Pro. Plus points pa guys dahil hindi ka magkakaroon ng mga fingerprint or smudges sa likod. So, malinis na malinis yan. Parang ayoko na rin siyang lagyan ng case. Underneath the display, syempre meron tayong in-display fingerprint sensor. At ito pa, hindi lang siya fingerprint sensor kasi it also doubles as a heart rate sensor. Wow! Wait lang guys, ito-try ko lang. I'm currently testing guys yung kanyang heart rate monitoring and nakapress lang yung aking thumb doon sa parang pinakabilog kung saan natin ginagawa yung pag-unlock sa kanya. 96 yung heart rate ko guys and according to Jason, medyo mataas daw yon. Siguro dahil na-excite ako sa phone. Anyway, I will be discussing more of this sa aking full review video kung paano ba siya nag-work every time ba na nag-unlock ka or you need to go to the settings for you to be able to use it, yung mga ganong bagay. Pero I think first time to guys sa isang smartphone kasi madalas yung heart rate monitoring sa mga smartwatch, smart band lang natin yan nakukuha. Pero according to Jason, yung Samsung S7 Edge daw dati, meron daw siyang heart rate monitoring as well pero doon sa flash sa likod. Hindi ko siya naabutan kaya hindi ko alam. Aside from that guys, yung construction, yung build niya, it is also premium. It's a glass aluminum leather sandwich. And I'm happy to say that it has the toughest glass that Corning has to offer. Ito yung Corning Gorilla Glass Vectus. At kung hindi naman yung vegan leather yung nabili nyo or yung plano nyong bilhin, I think Corning Gorilla Glass din yung likod nung mga yon. Anyway, gusto ko lang iparinig sa inyo kung gaano kaganda yung sound quality ng smartphone na to. It really is top-notch. Hindi ako audiophile guys ha, pero kasi alam ko kung maganda ang pinoproduce ng isang smartphone or hindi. Anyway, aside from that, syempre ang pinaka-best selling din nitong Xiaomi Mi 11 is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. Again, since I only tested this device just now, as in ngayon lang, hindi ako nakapag-games, hindi ko masyadong na-experience yung superior power ng Snapdragon 888. Pero nag-run naman ako ng Antutu kanina habang, again, nagsasalita ako. And as expected, actually, hindi na nga ako na-surprise. Teka, ang taas ng brightness natin. 680,077 yung naging Antutu score niya. Ang dami niyang tinalong impressive flagship devices na lumabas last year. Pero syempre, as expected from a newer chipset, itataob niya talaga yung mga yon. Aside from that, ang Mi 11, it already has the latest MIUI 12 based on Android 11. As expected, guys, China ROM ito, so napakadaming bloatware. Hindi ko pa nadidelete yung mga apps na yon dahil medyo annoying talaga sila at ramdam ko yung ads. Actually, tolerable pa kapag yung nabili yung smartphone ay hindi China ROM. May mga ads yung mga yon, yung global version, pero not as aggressive ng mga smartphones na, again, China ROM. At nakalimutan ko rin sabihin, it is already 5G already. It is already 5G ready. I went to the display resolution dito sa kanyang settings at pwede kayong mamili between Full HD Plus kung gusto nyo makasave ng konti for the battery. But I wouldn't really recommend it. Syempre, binayaran nyo yung the best display. So, meron din kayong option na gamitin yung WQ HD+. Meron naman siyang smart switch option sa ilalim, guys, if you want to save your battery. Guys, kapag sinabing WQHD+, the best of the best talaga yan, pero expect your battery, guys, madidrain yan ng mas mabilis. At yes, pwede pong isabay ang WQHD+. So, 120Hz screen refresh rate niya. Hindi siya limited, unlike yung mga flagship devices natin last year. And speaking of the battery, guys, meron siyang 4,600 mAh of battery capacity. And it is also capable of fast wireless charging up to 50 watt and 10 watt of reverse wireless charging. To be honest, guys, ito lang siguro yung medyo disappointing sa part ng device na to. Hindi ganun kataas yung battery na meron tayo dito, knowing pa na again, ganda ng display natin, 120Hz paired with WQHD+. Pag pinagsama nyo yan, guys, at nag-gaming kayo, boom, lubat kayo agad. Alam nyo, ang 4,500, enough lang yon sa mga taong nasa bahay lagi. Pero knowing na lagi pa rin naman tayong nasa bahay in the future, okay na din siguro yun. To be honest, hindi ko alam kung hanggang ilang oras tatagal ang 4,500 dito sa smartphone na to. Pero tignan na lang natin sa full review kung tatagal ba siya ng hanggang gabi. Kung gusto nyo ng drain test, bayaran nyo. Joke lang. Gagawin natin yan, guys. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Gusto ko lang din sabihin, bago natin pag-usapan ng mabilisan yung kanyang camera, na itong Mi 11 yung kauna-unahang smartphone in the world na merong, again, Qualcomm Snapdragon 888, na merong X1 Super Core, at meron pa siyang Qualcomm's strongest GPU in the history ever. For the main camera, the Mi 11 has 108 megapixels. Meron din siyang 13 megapixels ultra-wide and a 5 megapixels macro lens. Okay, narinig niyo yun, guys. Yung third camera ay isang macro lens. Actually, bukod doon sa kanyang battery capacity na medyo downside, yun nga, hindi nila to nilagyan ng dedicated zoom lens, which is, again, kinda disappointing, but I guess, hindi ito yung pinaka-selling part ng device na to kung hindi yung kanyang chipset. But still, kahit wala siyang dedicated digital zoom lens, kaya naman ng Mi 11 na mag-reach up to 30 times digital zoom. Although yung result niya, guys, hindi kasing sharp kung gagamit tayo ng dedicated zooming lens. Anyway, kung gusto nyong makita yung mga sample shots taken by the Xiaomi Mi 11, I'll be flashing those right now. Anyway, napansin ko lang din pala kanina nung ako ay nagda-download ng mga games, nung nagtatype na ako, maganda yung haptic feedback ng Xiaomi Mi 11. In fairness, it's one of the best haptic feedback na na-experience ko sa mga flagship devices. So, for my early thoughts or yung ating early verdict, wala tayong why you should buy or why you shouldn't buy it kasi guys, again, first impressions pa lang to, baka tayo ay mabash kapag ginawa natin yun agad-agad. For the price of 40,000 pesos, yes, 40,000 ko nabili ang smartphone na to, you are getting a flagship, the best Android processor, a very premium build quality, and a really great main camera. I guess I would say that the Mi 11 so far is definitely a very hard to beat smartphone for this year 2021. Again, crossed fingers na lang tayo guys na sana magkaroon nga or may lumabas na global version. Anyway, that is it guys for now for my unboxing and very quick review or yung ating first impressions. Again, it's your Tag Girl Mary and see you on my next video. Bye!